military reason have the Israelis got for going into Jordan?
Well, the problem that faces us along every frontier is, first of all, to have somebody responsible on the other side, somebody you can talk to in the event of an emergency. And the situation which looked like developing in Jordan was that there would be utter chaos. And if you have utter chaos, well, first of all, you would have a situation whereby our villages along the frontier would have to be subjected again to what they were subjected at the time of when the Syrians were on top of our villages before 1967, in other words, shelling every night. And secondly, a very important point, which seems to be overlooked in the world, that with the expansion of Syrian influence, and the Syrians will certainly influence the area even if the terrorists take over and they withdraw, with the expansion of Syria, it means expansion of Russian influence. And we've got enough Russians along some of our borders without having further areas of influence added.
These tanks and things that you've been moving up to the Jordan River there have frightened off the Syrians, or are you going to go in?
I'm quite convinced that any preparations the Syrians might have seen, or even the mere knowledge that Israel is on their border and certainly threatens not only the area in Jordan but also the road to Damascus, has had more effect on any decision made by the Syrians than any other element.
More than the American saber-rattling?
I would say much more than the American saber-rattling, yes, because after all the Syrians have had some experience with us.
But is this going to be enough, or are you going to have to go in despite it?
I don't think that Israel would move in unless her direct security interests were affected. If it's a struggle between Arabs, an internal matter, Israel will certainly not interfere. But if it develops into a situation of utter chaos in which Israel's direct security is affected, then perhaps we may have no option. But so far, the important point is that the government of Israel has retained all its options open and is in a position to react to any development which might occur.
If Israel did go in, do you think